Awesome. This past Saturday, I took a little bit of Adderall, and I was going to leave my apartment. I was going to go to a coffee shop for a few hours, and the plan was I was going to work on a story, not for this, but for a podcast that I have. I talk about like the minutiae of millennial life, so Tinder dates, studio apartment, coffee, anything really. And you should know, before I went on a run, a couple miles. I took a very good shower, and I was actually wearing these slacks. I could not have been more prepared to talk about an experience that I had at a dermatology appointment. But it really is interesting. I walked out of my apartment, and I saw my car maybe 30 yards away, and it looked like there were a bunch of black Legos on the side of it. I thought that was odd. Now about 20 yards closer, literally thinking to myself, I left the window down, which is weird because I only leave the window down if it's 85 degrees out or if the radio plays T-Pain's Can't Believe It, none of which the case recently. And embarrassingly, I'm going to admit it, I had to stand in front of my car to realize, oh my God, it just got broken into. And I kind of let that sit for a little bit. But I think something like initiation into a frat. Everyone, I don't own any fake leather, but I've gotten a hangover strictly off hams. And now my car had been broken into, which I think I can officially claim residence in Southeast Portland. Taking a step back, really taking everything in. I was looking at the spot, kind of looking around, and a couple was up the block, a man and a woman. They were smoking some cigarettes, and they walked past me. And as they did that, the woman said, "Oh, that's shitty." And she was right. It was shitty. But I was thinking to myself, the woman, she was wearing a plaid skirt and turquoise leggings, and I think having the audacity to pull that off might even be shittier. Let's also focus on one key detail. With my experience, there's insurance. You can't insure terrible style. But where my car was, and I think this is actually a really interesting detail, I don't drive a Mercedes-Benz. I don't own a Tesla. I drive a gold 2008 Honda CR-V. The most valuable thing that I had in that car was a joint that I rolled 5 months ago, forgot about. I left it in the sunglass holder. Aside from that, my center console, it's a convention to gum wrappers, parking validations, and nickels. I don't know why they broke into mine, considering right behind me, parallel parking right behind me, a 2019 Subaru Impreza. Sure, if they broke into that, I doubt they'd find their exact size shoe for rock climbing. They probably wouldn't, but they would walk away with a 48-pack of Cliff Bars, which goes a long way. And then in front of me, and this one made a little more sense, a very well-kept Ford 350 Super Duty. I don't know if anyone knows this, but in 2015, the city of Portland banned the sale of monster trucks, so I figured they came from Hillsborough. Also, what criminal would walk around with an 11-foot ladder? There was no way they could get up to break the window in the first place. That was my actual rationale. But now the Adderall that I had taken and the time that I had allocated to work on this story was put towards a police report, which was very easy to, it was weird, I think of anything like a .gov or an ORG to be slow and quite painful to actually work through. It was very simple. It was 15 minutes. I got on the phone with someone from AAA. They said, call back Monday. So I had a few hours to kill. I went to that coffee shop, and instead of working on that story at the dermatologist appointment, I wrote about what literally just happened. And I realized that if I had not had this podcast of mine, then this probably would have ruined my week. Maybe even the next few months, but the fact that I get to document my life, specifically my initiation into a new neighborhood, I think that's pretty cool. Thank you.